You've seen it 1,000 times. You're talking to your dog and suddenly, tilt. That adorable, irresistible head cock that makes you want to melt into the floor. But have you ever stopped to wonder, why do they actually do that? Is it just cute? Is it instinct? Or is something genuinely fascinating happening inside that furry little brain? The answer, as it turns out, is all three. Let's start with the most practical explanation: sound localization. Dogs have an extraordinary sense of hearing. They can hear frequencies roughly twice as high as humans, and they can detect sounds from up to 4 times the distance we can. But here's the thing. Knowing a sound isn't the same as knowing exactly where it's coming from. To pinpoint the precise location of a sound, dogs move their ears. But they also move their entire head. By tilting side to side, they're subtly shifting the position of each ear, helping their brain triangulate the source of the sound with much greater accuracy. Think of it like adjusting an old TV antenna to get a clearer signal. But wait, that explains how the tilt helps them hear. It doesn't fully explain when they do it, because dogs don't tilt their heads at every sound. They tilt them specifically when you talk to them. Which brings us to theory number 2. They're trying to see your face better. Here's something most people don't think about. Dogs have long snouts, and those snouts, from the dog's point of view, sit right in their line of sight, kind of like trying to have a conversation with someone while holding a baguette in front of your face. Psychologist Stanley Coren ran a fascinating study on this. He found that dogs with flatter faces, like pugs and bulldogs, tilted their heads significantly less than dogs with longer snouts. Why? Because they don't need to. Their faces aren't getting in the way. Dogs with longer snouts tilt their heads to get a clearer, unobstructed view of our facial expressions. And that matters enormously, because dogs are surprisingly good at reading human faces. Over thousands of years of coevolution with humans, dogs have developed a remarkable ability to read our emotional cues. They track our eyes, our mouths, and the micro-expressions that flash across our faces. Research shows they even look at the left side of our face first, just like humans do, because the left side tends to be more emotionally expressive. So, when your dog tilts its head, it may genuinely be trying to get a better look at what you're feeling. It's not just listening to your words, it's reading you, which honestly is kind of beautiful. Now, here's theory number 3, and this one gets into the psychology of learned behavior and emotional reinforcement. Think about what happens every time your dog tilts its head. You react, you smile, you say, "Oh," you maybe give them a treat or a scratch behind the ears. From the dog's perspective, that head tilt just worked. Dogs are masters of reading human reward signals, and they repeat behaviors that get positive responses. So even if the head tilt started as a purely mechanical hearing adjustment, it may have evolved over generations, and even within individual dogs' lifetimes, into a deliberate social behavior. A way of saying, "I'm listening, I'm engaged. Please keep talking to me." And there's one more layer to this. Dogs don't tilt their heads at random noises. Studies show they do it most often when they hear words they recognize. Words like walk, treat, ball, or their own name. Researcher Dr. Juliane Kaminsky at the University of Portsmouth has shown that dogs have a genuine capacity to learn and store the meaning of human words, not just respond to tone. Some dogs, like the famous border collie chaser, have learned over 1,000 words. When a dog tilts its head at a familiar word, it may be doing something remarkably close to what we do when we hear something that surprises or intrigues us. A kind of active, focused listening, processing, trying to understand. So, let's bring it all together. That head tilt, it's not one thing. It's at least 4 things happening at once. Your dog is adjusting its ears to better localize your voice. It's tilting its face to see your expressions more clearly. It's responding to behavior that has historically earned it your love and attention. And it may genuinely be concentrating, trying to catch a word it knows. In other words, when your dog tilts its head at you, it is doing everything in its power to understand you. It is fully, completely, adorably present. Next time your dog does it, maybe tilt your head back. After all, communication goes both ways. If you want to understand more about what's going on inside your pet's mind, subscribe, because we're just getting started.